Hello to another video, and I'm trying something different for me. Like, this will be kind of like a review with spoilers. Well, probably like spoilers. It's kind of hard to completely remember story, so I'm trying this type of way of making videos to see if it's easier to do than talking about most of the games. So let's start. This video will be about Devil May Cry 5. Well, it's pretty obvious since it's in the title, but I've really never really played a Devil May Cry game. Well, I don't remember ever really beating any, but I remember playing like Devil May Cry 4 in the DMC one, and I'm playing this to see if I can really just bring back any memories of the old times. So I might as well start this off completely. So, okay. In this game, it allows you to play 3 different characters, which is Dante, Nero, and V. 2 of them I think are new, because I only remember Dante. But let's talk about them, and let's start off with the character I didn't like playing, which is V. I just found him boring to play. I never really liked sitting back and just clicking the button. Well, I don't know, maybe I was playing him wrong. You can't kill anyone with his summoned things. You have to lock on and then attack with V instead, using the V or circle button. Also, you have his nightmare, which you can summon, a big golem. It can do a lot of damage if it attacks the right thing. Then there is Nero. He's the character you play first, and he has a robotic arm, also called a Devil Breaker. But there are multiple Devil Breakers that you can get, like one can freeze your opponent in time, or something like that. And he also has a gun, but if you hold the shoot button, he can shoot stronger bullets, but you can only get 3 of those shots at a time. And Nero also gets another ability later in the game, but it's like the last mission, so it does not matter. Well, I mean, it does, but it really doesn't. But then there is Dante. He has 4 ranged weapons and 5 melee weapons. Well, technically 5. The ranged weapons include Ebony and Ivory, which I think are the weapons that he used in the other games. The Coyote A, which is the shotgun, and the weapon I use only on bosses. Dr. Faust, which is a hat, and it basically shoots blood orbs. More on that later. And the Kalina Ann, which is a rocket launcher that you get near the end of the game. And the melee weapons include the Rebellion that you start off with and gets replaced later by the Devil Sword of Sparta, which you will use for most of the game, is Dante. And my favorite weapon in the game, which is the Balrog, which are the gauntlets and foot armor. I don't know what they are called, but I found these weapons fun to use, or maybe I just don't like punching demons in the face. And then there's the Cavalry, which is a motorcycle that can be used as a weapon, or as weapons. I think they do the most damage out of all your weapons, in my opinion. I feel like the Cavalry is best used in the air, or maybe that's just me. And then there's the King Cerberus, which is half nunchucks and half staff. It uses ice, lightning, and fire. And Dante also uses Devil Trigger and Sin Devil Trigger. This one, well, the Sin Devil Trigger is the one that you get near the end of the game, but it is strong. Well, both of them are, but I really didn't use Devil Trigger that much until the end of the game. I only really used it to heal. And I think that's all I have to say about the characters. Oh, also, Nero can use he can use like a grapple thing that brings the enemy towards him, so it's pretty useful to like extend moves and combos. Also, the characters have upgrades to make them a lot more useful, and you want to know how to get them, then I'll tell you. The red orbs are the things that you're going to use to upgrade items in this game. They are pretty easy to find since they are scattered all across the map. They're the easiest to find, and also you can spend 50,000 of them to get more of them at a faster rate. Also, each character have their own upgrades, but they all use the same blood orbs, so spend them wisely. There are more orbs than just the red orbs, since I'm already talking about them. Talking about orbs, I shall continue with them. The blue orbs give you more health, like your health bar is increased. The green orbs just heal you. The white orbs recover some of your devil trigger gauge. The purple orbs increase your devil trigger gauge by giving it more. Well, kind of how the blue orb does, where it increases the bar on it. I never really ran into any purple orbs, but you don't really need them to beat the game. And there are the gold orbs which you use to revive yourself if you go down. But you can also use the blood orbs to do the same. The white and green orbs can be found around the map just as the blood orbs, but at a lower quantity. That's all for the orbs. Let's get to the story. But also, one more thing, you can get the gold orbs from just logging in the game, as a daily login. So, let me talk about the story. I played the game at human difficulty. I'm not sure if that's easy mode or not, but I really didn't care. Because, well, I'm not really technically to these type of games that well. But the game for me was pretty easy at the beginning, but I started dying later on near the end. Okay, but I'm gonna just tell you straight up, there's about 20 missions and maybe 12 secret missions. I didn't really run into any, but I'm not sure if it was me, but I think I ran into like one at the beginning, but I didn't do it. Well, once you beat the game, you unlock a new game mode. You unlock a new game mode in Bloody Palace. Well, I think there's like 3 new game modes that you can get, like, back to back. Like the Ghosts of Sparta, and the Heaven and Hell, and then Hell and Hell, and then Dante Must Die. I think that's how it is. Okay, so let me get back to the story. In the game, while fighting and doing combos, you will get stylish points. They really don't do much, but if you get high enough, you can get a gold orb. So there's about 3 ways to get them. Also, there will be moments in missions or missions in general. There will be other characters starring in the mission, like other players will sometimes be seeable in the distance as other characters. You can rate how stylish they are, and vice versa, at the end of the mission. Okay, let's wrap this up. The game took about 11 hours to complete, which makes sense. When I played through the game, I moved fairly quickly through the game, but I do slow down enough to understand what's going on. Even with that, a lot of the stuff went over my head, but I was able to predict who the final boss really was, and it was... oh yeah, let me finish this up. Devil May Cry was really fun, even though all I did was just click buttons, but I felt strong doing all of that. Also, it feels good to beat a game again. But it made me seem like I'm bad, but I've been grinding on Monster Hunter to get ready for Iceborne and other games. I'm not planning to do any with, well, in playing other games, I'm not planning to do anything with. But this game is good, and it might be the game that hack and slash fans might find fun. Well, if that's this game's genre, I'm not really sure. But so if you're planning to get it, then get it if you find games like it fun. And I would say maybe wait for a sale if you're trying to get into games like it. Also, this game is free for Game Pass members on Xbox at the time of making this video. So Xbox members, get on that, and that's also how I'm making a video on this. So yeah, this game's fun, but it's not that long unless you're playing at a higher difficulty, or if you're trying to if you're trying to 100% the game, then I think you're probably not going to be finished in this game anytime soon. But on human, it's about half a day's length, so yeah, it's... Well, I mean, if I was to rate it like a 1 in 10, like a 1 out of 10, like how some reviewers do it, I guess it would be an 8 out of 10, because I really enjoyed the game.